Hi, I'm Invalid Ghost, and today we're going to play Holiday Hearts, a very Merry Christmas dating sim by Julia on Itch.io. At least I hope that's the name, because honestly, we have like 3 days until Christmas, and I just noticed that, I just realized that. I hadn't actually planned a Christmas video for this year, so I just Googled Christmas dating game. Because, you know, I usually do a stupid dating game for the holiday season. For some reason, that has become tradition for the channel. I don't know why. I don't know why. But that is tradition, so that's what I looked up. And this was the first game I found, and I didn't even read anything about it. I just know it's Christmas themed, and it's a dating sim. Those are the only 2 things I know. And I think it was made by a person named Julia. I don't know. I'll leave a link in the description if I can find it again. I'm sure I can. It was literally the first link after I searched in something like a Christmas dating sim. Anyway, without further ado, I need to turn this up. I can't hear anything. Anyway, without any further ado, let's just get into this and see what it is. Oh, and Merry Christmas! Even though it's not Christmas yet, but it will be probably by the time this comes out, because I only got 3 days to edit it. Please enter your name. Should I be Ghost? Am I a boy or a girl? I don't even know that. Like, if I knew for sure I was a boy, I'd put in Nick. But I don't know who I am. I'm gonna put in Ghost. No, it should be lowercase. It's just wrong when it's uppercase. I don't know why I do that sometimes. I forget. I forget it's supposed to be lowercase. Select your pronouns. Can I have a randomize option? Well, who am I dating? What are my choices? I don't know. I don't know. What are my choices? I know nothing about this game. I'm just gonna ask the Magic Meatball. Hey, Magic Meatball, am I a boy? Am I a girl?
The answer is yes.
Okay. I'll be a girl. Oh! The first snow of the year! Man, I wish. In Texas. It's hot. It's so hot right now. Well, actually, it fluctuates. Like, some days it's really hot, and other days it's kind of cold. Just kind of. It hasn't gotten to freezing yet. I think that'll happen in January, probably. Like, we'll get 1 freeze, and that's it. 1 mild freeze that'll kill all my plants. And then it'll go back to just being warm, of course. There have been maybe 3 days out of the entire year so far that have been cold enough for me to wear a jacket the whole day. 3 days! And there was no snow, of course, because it wasn't freezing, so... Right, to think I was so busy packing boxes, I almost missed it. Haha, I guess that's why I'm moving after all. Life's been too busy lately, if lately is ever since I moved to the big city all those years ago. Okay, I need to turn this down. The text noise is too loud and the music's too quiet. How do I change that? Is it this mistletoe button? Are these my options? They all look like boys. Okay. Are those my only options? Are those my only options? Alright, whatever. Why does one look like a demon? Is Satan in this game? And why is this guy sparkly? It's Edward, the vampire guy from Twilight. Doesn't he sparkle? I've never watched Twilight. I've heard he sparkles, though. So this is Edward's the vampire, right? It's not Jacob. Anyway, this is a vampire. That's Satan. This guy looks hairy, so that's the abominable snowman, and regular, normal guy. Those are our options. Okay. This guy better be like a satyr or something, you know? Like a deer man. Because, you know, it's Christmas. It should be Christmas themed. I don't want Satan in my Christmas game. Maybe I should have read the description.
Life's been too busy. Now that I think of it, though, I don't know why I sound like this when I'm a woman. Seeing the first snow was always my favorite thing, and it's beautiful here in the city, too. It's funny how I forget until...
This is not me at all. I hate the city.
Well, I'm about to leave it all behind.
I'm leaving the city? Oh, thank God. Really needed a break. Work has been all I have done these last few years. Missed home. It's been so long since I've been back. A smaller town, a slower life. Feel ready to take my life into my own hands for a change. Yeah, that one. To think, tomorrow I'll be here. Greetings from Winter Haven. Looks like a postcard, doesn't it? But it's actually not. It's actually just a drawing that I drew. Winter Haven. Well, this is a postcard, so I suppose it's only fair, but this is where I grew up. I could never quite explain it to folks here, but there is something about it. Especially at Christmas time. I don't know why Christmas time is one word, but okay. Nobody does Christmas like Winter Haven. It's the most wonderful time of year to move back. Yes, I agree. And here we are. I think this was also... I did briefly, scroll through the description briefly. I think it's supposed to be, kind of a parody of, holiday movies, bad holiday movies, or no, maybe not bad holiday movies, but just, the stereotypical holiday movies. It's supposed to have lots of cliches, I think, making fun of those. I could be wrong. I only did briefly skim through the description. And here we are, Winter Haven at last. Wow, it looks exactly like I remember it. And gas lamps line the train station, each with their own wreath and bow. They even have the old wooden ticket booth, station master and all. Not a ticket machine in sight. The commuter train is the most modern thing here. I wonder if the service counter still sells hot cocoa. Nope. Focus. I'm here for a reason. Hot chocolate comes later. I don't know what'll happen next, but I can't help but wonder if I'm making the right choice. Well, I do need to make a choice, unless I want to just sit here at the station all night. Time to call a cab. Maybe there's someone I know in town I could call? I guess I'll walk. I should look up how far it is. Well, social anxiety would not allow me to do that. And social anxiety means I don't have any friends. I'm gonna walk as I sit down on the bench and pull out my phone to think about it. I hope that there's an ending where I just die. I get lost and I die in the snow. I noticed a sedan I don't know why I said it like that. A sedan start to pull out of one of the parking spots. Pause, then pull back in again. I'm caught staring for a moment when the window starts to roll down. Hey! Oh my god, it's the normal guy, I think. Hey, ghost, no way, is that really you? I squint through the passenger window across to the driver. I see a young man with raven black hair. Is he naked or... No, those are just tan pants that are the same color as his skin. Okay, that's fine. Raven black hair and pink tinged cheeks, wearing a grin from ear to ear. Okay, I don't even need to see the other bachelors. I'm going for this guy. He looks familiar. Almost like... Oh my god, could it be my childhood best friend? Eli L. Festive? 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 Is that supposed to be a pun? Because I'm not seeing it. No way! Already I can feel a small no, it's not small. A smile spreading across my face. Eli and I go way back. He always was so outgoing and ambitious. I am a bit surprised he is still here, but I couldn't be happier to see him right now. None other. Need a ride? Oh, you aren't here to pick up someone else? Nope, just me and old Frosty the four-door sedan tonight, dropping off some flyers. Hop in, I can give you a ride. Of course, Eli is the sort to name his car Frosty. Wow, my own oh wait, that's me. Wow, my own private chauffeur. I suppose I'll have to tip well. That's great, I love tips, especially when they come from a pro like you. Pro tips, you know? Har har, how old is that joke, I say as I put my suitcases in the trunk. Eli, it seems, hasn't changed at all. As I open the passenger door, though, I see that it's not quite true. For one thing, he's a lot taller, but also... but also a lot hotter. It's Eli from The Sims, except he looks more like Rickon, because Rickon's the one with black hair. Nobody's gonna get that unless you watch my Sims series. When did that happen? So, Ghost, what is it that brings you back to town all the way from the big city? Well, I had not expected to explain it so soon to anyone. My job lets me work anywhere I want now, and I thought, well, I missed the place and he looks at me, hanging on my words, and about a house, the one down Candy Cane Lane. Of course, everything in this town is Christmas themed somehow, you know, even though Christmas only comes once a year. The town's just randomly super obsessed with Christmas. It was my favorite house on the block, and every time we walked past, I would always imagine myself in it one day. Baking in that kitchen, the whole house would smell like real gingerbread, decorating for Christmas, twinkling lights, candles in the windows, a wreath on the door, keeping alive such an important part of the town's history. Nah, I'm baking. And now the day is finally here. Oh, that was you? Wow, I had heard somebody bought the old gingerbread house, but I could never have hoped. Cuts himself off, then tries again. I mean, I should have known it would be you. He blushes. He clears his throat, drawing himself up. Suddenly he looks very official. It looks good on him. My character needs to calm down. Anyway, are you planning on making tonight's tree lighting? Baby, it's cold outside. That's night, sure, you can't wait. I always knew it was your favorite. Speaking of which, where did you say I'm taking you? I almost forgot to say. No, I like sitting here in the parking lot with you. Freezing to death. He pauses, suddenly realizing what he said. I see his ears start to glow red. I mean, he could have just said it sarcastically. That's how I took it. The gingerbread house. I grin. Gosh, I can't wait to see it. Here we are, the old gingerbread house. It looks torn down. Looks like garbage. It looks different than you remember, though, right? Haha, Eli, very funny. Oh, you were not joking. Upon closer inspection, I can see that it's the same house, only friggin' tornado came by and just, like, ripped off the windows. It's part of the roof. The yard is buried under a thick blanket of leaves, the once gumdrop-like shrubs now overgrown, the gentle icing of colorful paint that decorated the eaves has peeled away, the colors faded, and even one of the old lattice and lead glass windows has been broken. What happened to it? It must have been waiting for the right person. When I saw it was off the market, I had hoped. I know it held a lot of fond memories for you. Thanks, that means a lot. I smile, my eyes still fixed on the house. Need anything else? I think I've got it from here, thank you. In that case, I'll be off. Important mayor and master of ceremonies duties and all that. He's a mayor? See you at the tree lighting, then. I'm too busy to care what he just said. With my suitcase and thinking about the poor gingerbread house looking like last year's leftovers, I don't even realize what he said until he's putting it away. Mayor duties, Eli, what? But with a thumpity-thump-thump, Frosty the four-door sedan is already 2 blocks down the street. Wow, look at Frosty go. Well, looks like I'm gonna do that tree lighting. I'm gonna go to the tree lighting after all, once I get a chance to set my things down. The Winter Haven 111th Annual Tree Lighting, or at least that's what the banner says. Wow, they've really outdone themselves this year, just like they do every year. The winter market has expanded since I saw it last, and it really is crowded this year. It looks like they are using the same wooden stalls, the ones that look like tiny houses that they had when I was a kid. They even have a full orchestra on the bandstand. The only thing missing so far is the Christmas lights. What are you talking about? There are Christmas lights everywhere from what I see. Someone does a mic check, and the crowd goes quiet. Is that a mic check for you? People pushing their way further in towards the bandstand. Welcome, one and all, to the most wonderful time of year, the Winter Haven tree lighting. We've decked the halls and have lots of snow and mistletoe. The only thing missing now is the presents under the tree. Wow, I can hardly recognize the voice, but I know who it has to be. The abominable snowman. The MC every year is the mayor. Oh, it's Eli. I thought it was going to be the next guy. The MC every year is the mayor, which, if I heard him right, that makes it Eli. Oh my god, he really is the mayor. I stand on the tips of my toes, trying to get a good view above the heads of the crowd in the dim evening light. The person standing up there has Eli's rosy cheeks, and even has a hint of that smile he always wears glinting in his eyes, that bit of laughter in his voice, but he looks and sounds so official. I feel my own cheeks turning red as I smile a bit. From the way he's talking, I can tell he truly loves this mayor, or no, he's a natural up there. On the night before Christmas, the 24th, we'll see you all back here for Christmas Eve celebration and our traditional gift exchange. That's right, our town-wide not-so-secret Santa is back again this year. For anyone who's new here, let me explain the rules. On the night of the festival, bring a gift for the person you love and leave it under the town tree. At the stroke of midnight, you get to pick one and unwrap it, just one. No cheating. Santa's naughty list isn't complete until Christmas morning. If I cheat, will Satan come? Is that when Satan comes? Oh, they give us a little bar. I was right, he is the normal guy. The person whose gift you open is the one you will spend Christmas Day with, at least according to the century and 11 years of town tradition. He's really not kidding, though. The town's been doing this for as long as I remember. Goodness, I had just forgotten after I moved out. It's kind of quaint, cute. You never see something like this in the big city, whatever the big city is. Here everyone knows one another, or at least has this excuse to get to know one another. I remember in middle and high school how excited everyone was to get a gift for the person they had a crush on, or the best friend. I'm pretty sure some of my classmates ended up getting married after. When I was little, though, I was always so excited to find all the presents for my family under the tree. Of course, it didn't matter which one I chose to open on Christmas Eve. We were all spending the day together as a family regardless. Now that I'm an adult, though. Be sure to bring the gift. Now on to our main event. Let's make things merry and bright on my count. 3, 2, 1. I gotta move my mouse. The giant tree across from the bandstand lights up, then moments later the town hall, the whole center of town, and the entire park illuminate, then the crowd goes wild. Lit up candy canes and a train made of lights line the park's paths. Icicle lights adorn roofs and the tops of the bandstand, more wrapping around benches and the other trees in the park. God, I wish I could see it, but I'm stuck looking this way, where there is nothing important. A brassy and bold Christmas carol fills the air as the crowd starts to chatter warmly, dissipating to explore the stalls of the market. With everything aglow, it really is beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Winter Haven's 111th annual tree lighting celebration has officially begun. As the crowd starts to thin, however, I linger behind, my eyes on the man standing in front of the bandstand. Eli is talking to some folks, some really official-looking folks, and is that a news camera they are setting up? I'm about to turn away when he waves me over. So, Ghost, what do you think? You're the mayor? You're the mayor? Eli simply winks. The reporter's waving to the camera person, and it's clear I won't be getting any more answers out of him tonight. I'll catch you this week, okay, at Town Hall? He waves goodbye, and I take my cue. Well, and here I thought the biggest thing that would happen today was I would get to see the gingerbread house, my new house, again. Speaking of which, I wonder if the winter market has anything I can decorate with. Not that I don't have enough other work to do to get the house ready, but it's Christmas! Walking past the warm glow of the brightly lit tree in the center of town, I step into the cobblestone street and the rows of market stalls lining each side. It's crowded, but nothing like the big city. Instead of crowded department stores, each of the wooden storefronts is filled with homemade crafts or treats, wares from shops here in town or the neighboring ones. I pass knitted scarves, hats, and mittens, Christmas tree ornaments, and candles, but it's a booth a ways down that catches my eye. Hand-carved wooden figures, reindeer, and snowmen line the front counter of the booth, and as I draw closer, I see a brightly painted wooden rocking horse, and wow, so many toys. It is the lit-up little village, though. Wooden houses with snow-drifted roofs, old shop fronts, and a steepled church. Steepled church! That stops me in my tracks. Only then do I realize that someone has made a miniature version of Winter Haven itself. Hello there! I jump. Are you the abominable snowman? I mean, I suppose this is, it's not fuzz. It could be hair and a beard. I was so busy looking at the model that I didn't even see the man running the booth. Just let me know if there's anything I can help you with. His voice is deep and warm, and I find myself staring. Salt and pepper hair and beard, warm umber skin, but my eyes stop on his strong, calloused hands as I put two and two together. You made all this? Sure did. I have a carpentry shop right here in town. The name's Douglas Carver. Nice to meet you. I'm Ghost. A carpentry shop, you say? About where on this map? I smile, pointing to the little town model. Oh, about here, he points to a shop near the town center. Oh, you work there? I had always wondered. Oh, see, we got him. Why does this keep appearing? Can you not? You're from around here, pardon my saying, but I haven't seen you from around before. At least I don't think. Just moved back. I've been working in the big city for a while now. You know what would make the big city even funnier? If they put TM, you know, a trademark, right next to it. I've been working in the big city trademark for a while now. I saw that my favorite house in town was for sale, and that's it. Well, I'll be. That's what brought you to that place. That was you that bought that place. I'm just making up my own dialogue at this point. I have to go with that one. I just do. There's a lot of work to do. I could always use some expertise and muscle. I wink. Surprised by the flirtation, he says, I do help with their renovations. Well, I wasn't expecting to meet the new homeowner tonight. Here's my card if you happen to need anything, and, oh, 1 second. He turns and I can see him doing something with the town diorama, but before I can tell what he looks back to me, holding out a brown paper bag, something wrapped in tissue paper inside. Leaning to look around him, I can see the place where the little wooden gingerbread house was sitting is now empty. Wait, is he giving this to me? Oh no, I can't just take that. Douglas only winks. Seems fitting this way. Have a good night. Maybe I'll see you before then, but if not, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas! Well, this is a Christmas decoration better than any I could have hoped for. It's not even Christmas Eve, and someone's already given me a present. It's probably because I flirted with him. I looked at the town tree as I walk away. Maybe, if, you know what, I should name myself Dell. That would have been funny. Considering... stuff that's been happening in my Sims 3 series. Not that any of you watching this cares about that. I should stop referencing The Sims. Maybe if everything goes well this season, this won't be the last one I get. Now the question is if I will have time between remodeling the house. Douglas sure seemed nice, though. Maybe I will get to know someone while I'm remodeling. It's nippy, though, and I can see a booth that looks like it's selling cookies and hot chocolate. With my newly purchased prize in hand, or glove, really, I go to find a bench to sit down and enjoy it. Finally, I found one. Not exactly empty, but at least there's a spot left. Oh my god, are we gonna meet the third guy? Sparkly Man? Mind if I sit here? Go right ahead. Sipping on my warm drink, I gaze out over the crowd, watching the people walk by. Oh my god, can you go away? Well, guys, is that Edward? I don't know. He's not sparkling. You don't believe in all that, do you? The voice snaps me back to the present. I look over to the man sitting on the bench beside me. He, too, is looking out at the festivities, but his face seems to be set in a frown. Believe in what? The whole present thing the mayor was talking about. That the present you open on Christmas Eve tells you the person that you're destined to spend Christmas with, or something like that. He seems either rude or grumpy, but wow, his eyes are a vibrant shade of green. Actually, they're black. But go off. And that seemed to twinkle, even though he's not smiling. His cheeks are red from the cold, and his short brown hair stands up to the side. His clothes, though, I haven't seen anyone outside of the big city trademark who's not a lawyer or something that dresses like this, but they also seem to have an odd feel to them, but I can't quite put my finger on it. A dark business vest and shirt with the sleeves rolled up. It might be a little cold for this weather, but at least he's wearing a scarf. It's a fun tradition. Grumpy Pants, Grinch, Mr. Grinch. Christmas is the most obnoxious holiday there is. His scowl deepens and he shifts his eyes to the ground. Come on, that's a bit bah humbug, isn't it? His expression looks a bit surprised and his cheeks seem to get a bit redder. Did I embarrass him or something? Maybe not, since the grimace returns. You're not from around here, are you big weirdo? No, I'm not from this town. I live north of here. What, are you an elf? Are you like... Your hair is covering the tip of your ear! There's just too much everywhere. I can't escape this accursed holiday no matter where I go. Before he can say anything, I realize this is the start of a rant.
It's so loud. Christmas songs are non-stop. Everyone needs to say Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays like it's every day. It's not. It's one day. Say it then. Everyone watches these brain-dead rom-com Christmas movies while eating more Christmas tree-shaped cookies that you should. Everywhere you turn, there are brainless puns like, it's no joke. We get it. I get the joke, okay? It is a joke. Come on. I mean, you have to think it's a bit much.
He stops from his Christmas-hating rant for a second and looks up at me, trying to regain his lost breath. I stare at him wide-eyed for a second about his outburst, surprised that he'd say all that to a complete stranger. He's clearly been wanting to vent for quite some time. You might want to rein it in, dear. He pauses for a second. I'm gonna get murdered. The gear slowly turned his head, and he looks almost indignant, as though he was not expecting that level of cheek. I smile, knowing that I always come prepared with the most obnoxious of puns. That's not funny. He lost his grimace and is clearly embarrassed. No one has ever talked to me like that before. Like what? Like I'm a person, and you're not filtering anything you say, are you? That's a strange thing to say. Well, clearly I came back to town just in time to meet the freaking weirdos. I mean, I can't say I've heard many I hate Christmas rants since Scrooge, especially from men that strongly smell of gingerbread. He grabbed his collar and sinks his nose in it before letting out an exasperated sigh. This guy reminds me a lot of the people from the big city, trademark, all wound up and tense. I worry this might be the final offense he'll allow me when he speaks again. So what brings you out here to all? He gestures to the bustling festival. This, visiting family. Sort of. I just left my job in the big city, trademark. And, well, I bought a house. 'Cause why not? I start renovations tomorrow. That is very impressive. Quite the undertaking for one person. His slight smile holds a clear touch of sincerity. I smile back, blushing more than I expected at his praise. Well, on that note, I should get some shut-eye. Big day tomorrow. It was ice to meet you, I say as I pull out 2 finger guns and a wink. Oh my god, I'm such a loser. He gives me a deadpan expression, but turns away quickly. Is he trying not to smile? Speaking of which, I didn't catch your name. My name is Nicholas the 14th. But I prefer Cole. Oh, come on! It would have been perfect if you went by Nick. You loser. Could you imagine, though, if I had been Nick? And his name was Nick? That would have been hilarious. I would have totally went for that. But no, you ruined it with Cole. But also, I get it. It's a Christmas pun. He's Cole, which is, you know, what you get when you're naughty on Christmas. You know, I understand. I get the pun. But it would have been funnier. Would have been funnier for me. Anyway, nice to meet you, Cole. If you want me to show you some more cool events in town to maybe change your mind, you can meet me at the Frosting Festival coming up. I suppose I should let you try. He turns back to give me a slight smile. Okay, so this is the Sundere. I don't get why he's sparkling, though. Like, why is he sparkling? And with that, I leave the slightly less grumpy but confused Cole. Good. I aim to make people slightly less grumpy and confused. Tossing my now empty cocoa cup into the nearest bin, one more booth catches my eye. Could you quit? Unlike the others, it isn't lit at all, and nobody is inside. Maybe the vendor already went home, but it's not boarded up or anything. Look closer. We ain't got enough adventures. I gotta meet Mystery Man number 4, alright? I gotta meet the Deer Man or the Demon, whatever he is. Stepping closer, I can see rough lumps of coal in all shapes and sizes lining the shelves. Weird. Joke presents, maybe? Good thing I don't think I've been naughty this year. I chuckled to myself. Maybe I should get some coal for coal. Oh, that's too bad. I turn around surprised, looking for the source of a strangely deep voice, but there is no one it possibly could have been. Well, that's enough adventure for one night. Clearly I'm tired enough to be imagining things. Hee-hoo-hee-hoo-hoo. It's getting late and chilly too now that the warmth of the hot chocolate has worn off. No sooner do I think this than an announcement comes from the bandstand, a familiar voice rising above the crowd. Thank you all for attending the Winter Haven tree lighting. Though our festivities for the night are just wrapping up, I can hear his satisfaction on that pun in his voice. I missed the pun. What was it? I was too busy trying to I was too busy thinking about other things and reading. I was kind of going on autopilot, you know? I missed it. What'd you say? Goodness, I can just imagine Cole's ears turning red from here. This is only the beginning of the season. We hope to see each and every one of you back here on Christmas Eve with a present for that special someone to put under our tree. Until then, have the happiest of holiday seasons. Gonna be real with you guys. Favorite Eli so far. One present from that special someone I love, That is a lot of pressure. I just moved here. I don't love anyone. At least, not yet. There's a smattering of applause. And with that, people start to head home. I should too. Well, this was quite the way to meet the town. 3 weeks until Christmas. Dang, man. I thought it was gonna be like, Christmas the next day. No, I got 3 weeks. Alright. The next morning dawns, crisp and clear, the bright sort of blue that you get on really cold days in winter. Oh, I love those days. I haven't gotten any of those just yet this year. And with the broken windows in the house, oh boy, do I feel it. Still, the craftsmanship inside this house is beautiful. Passing it on the street, I could guess, but I never knew until I saw pictures in its listing online. Hand-carved columns frame the doorway, and wainscoting warps the living room as it opens into the dining area. The spiraling banister on the stairs in the hall is equally gorgeous, and all of it's covered in dust and cobwebs. If only I could actually see it, instead of looking at the exterior. It's almost a shame this isn't a Halloween dating game. Hey, don't break the fourth wall like that. But come on, sequel? With the same characters and the same wintry Christmas vibe, but it's Halloween? I'd love that. That'd be hilarious. Dusting off a spot, I reach into my suitcase and take out the framed picture I brought with me and place it onto the fireplace mantel. There. Now this place is starting to feel like... As I pull back my hand and my jacket sleeve catches on the side of the frame, before I know it, the whole thing clatters to the ground with the sound of shattering glass and snapping wood. Oh no! Oh no, no, no! Jaw clenched, I bend down to look at the damaged. The once beautiful frame is now in pieces. Gingerly, I lift the photo from the bits of broken glass, trying hard not to scratch it. In it, a snowy mountain range rises above a field of snow. I bet Douglas could help repair this. It's a bummer about the frame, but at least the picture is undamaged, and I can't complain about having an excuse to see Douglas again. My thoughts can't linger for long, because there is still a lot to fix in the house. This week, the bigger construction, like the windows. Next week, a fresh coat of paint and tidying up. If everything goes well, I can have the moving company move my things in the week before Christmas. Most importantly, my decorations. Oh, speaking of which, I already have my first one. I set the little wooden replica of my house that Douglas made on his mantle. On the mantle, not his mantle. Not yet. And with that done, I set to the other work around the house. With some care and thick gloves, I managed to remove the old wood boards and the broken glass from the window. In a few hours and a lot of work later, a new one sits in its place. Phew, though. With one big thing done, my aching muscles are begging for a break. Who do I want to meet up with first? Oh, Eli. I walk through the town square, listening to the crunch of the snow beneath my boots. Being back here causes this nostalgic feeling to overwhelm me, and I can't help but smile and laugh. Every shop is decorated with holiday displays, and a giant tree stands at its usual spot in the center of the square. Across from me, I spot the town hall. The brick building at the end of the square is one of the oldest buildings in town and one of the most gorgeous, with arched windows spanning each wall. Shortly after entering, I find the room for present wrapping. Eli's already inside, handing out presents with matching cards to the volunteers. You made it! Thanks again for coming by to help. Of course, I'm not too good at rapping, so I might need your help to get started. Don't worry, if you can't rap, singing will do. He winks and grins. Okay, you know what? We're going to Cole. Eli, you're annoying me now. Maybe I'm starting to understand Cole a little bit. I roll my eyes. So, you're the mayor? Well, Mayor Eli L. Festival. Festive, not festival. Eli L. Festive. Eli L. Festive. I still don't understand that name. I guess it can't. I guess it's not a pun. Eli L. Festive. Eli L. Festive. Eli L. Festive. Nope. Not getting anything. I always knew you were an overachiever. Do you constitute Do you constitutants happen to know what an incredible dork you are? He holds his index finger up over his mouth with a wink. Do I have to offer a bribe? Do I have to offer you a bribe to keep you from leaking that to the press? It's so quiet here, the news would eat this scandal right up. I shove him lightly to tease back. He makes things so easily. It really is like old times. Well, except for how different he is. Older, grown up, more mature. He really feels in that sweater he's wearing. And he even smells great. Like a pine forest. Or even a mountain lodge. I don't know why I'm turning into a monster. A real man smell. What made you decide to be mayor? I never crossed my mind that you'd go for that. This town is so important to me, and I wanted to be the one to keep changing it for the good. College kept me away for a little while, but this town kept calling me back. What brought you back to the town for the holidays? You know, that old house on Holly Lane, the one I've always admired? I thought it was Candy Cane Lane. I saw it was up for sale, and I'm starting a historical renovation on it. I am. It's been a nice change of pace from the city. Didn't I already tell him this? He drove me to the house. Did the game developer forget that? I'm glad it brought you back here to me. I mean, to the town, of course, not to me. His face seemed to get a bit red, unless that was my imagination. So, this event, what's the whole deal with it? Oh yes, this is a new tradition. We gather gift requests from children and families in the town who want something they can't really afford right now. People donate money and gifts, and here's where we here is where people help wrap them. He's definitely more grown up, managing all the responsibilities as mayor, and then taking on a bunch of new ones. To start you off, here's a gift with a card. He hands me a small wooden sleigh with a red metal frame and a card attached. I grab the sleigh and say, "That's a really nice thing. It seems like it helps bring people together." Wait, where do I even start with wrapping this? This one is pretty easily, actually. He grabs a bow from the pile with a grin, peels off a piece of plastic from the back, and then sticks it on my head. Just stick a bow on it, like this. Give him a present makeover as well. Oh well, I can't be the only one dressed up for wrapping, can I? I grab a smaller sticky bow and put it on his forehead and another one on his shoulder. He starts laughing. Well, no, that's not fair. We need to even it out. Here's another for you. I think you need another here. I stop mid-sentence as I see a teenager eyeing me suspiciously. Maybe we should continue wrapping before the event ends. That's probably a good idea, he says, his eyes still twinkling. We both continue to wrap presents, and he helps me get the hang of it. A doll here, a video game console there, and a toy car or two. I pick up the next present from the pile, a pair of ice skates with a matching card. Eli spots the gift, and his face tenses, very different than moments before. Okay, you know what? I'll choose a different present. I'll let someone else wrap this. No big deal. Eli says nothing, but his shoulders relax. Maybe I should have asked him about it. We continue wrapping until only a few more presents remain. I make some more small talk. So, what do you want for Christmas? He considers. I mainly just want everyone in this town to get a Merry Christmas. I'm pretty lucky I have everything I need, plus I got a bonus with you coming back to town again. Surely there's more you can want than just me visiting town. What can I say? Just like these presents, you are a gift. It's so corny, but I can't help but laugh and feel my face heat up. What do you want? Socks. Definitely want socks. I'll just say cozy evening, I guess. That was the right answer. I got the chime. I just like a nice evening by the fire with a warm drink. That does sound nice. Okay, wait, I changed my answer to that. Too late. Your time ran out to answer. He gives me a mock wounded look. The clock rings for the next hour with a festive Christmas jingle. Well, looks like that's time for us to wrap this up. I give him a look. You really cannot help yourself. No, I cannot. Well, not around you, at least. Today was really nice. It's been a while since I've laughed this much. I had a lot of fun, too. I'd love to see you again. Dots. Maybe in a more quiet place. Like a hike at Crest Park. That is, if you have time between your renovations and are interested. Just let me know. I will! You still have more time this week if you want to meet with anyone else. Well, frick. I'm gonna go... darn, this is a hard choice. But I'm gonna go with Cole. Sorry, Douglas. Would love to see Cole again. It's a hard choice because I don't really care about either of them. I just think Cole will be more interesting. Because I hate him. And I want to see if he's an elf. As I walk up to the front of the wooden fair, or a vampire, fair booths, I'm surprised to see that a familiar frowning face already waiting by one of the lampposts. And there's Douglas in the background watching me like, she didn't pick me. For some grumpy goose that seems to dislike this holiday so much, you sure got here early. Being on time is important to my family, so it's just a habit. He looks away and I might have detected a sheepish blush. He changed the subject. So, what made you suggest this as a place to meet up? It's been years since I've been here. The annual Winter Haven Frosting Festival has any delicious holiday treat you can think of. It's filled with our local businesses and families who decorate their own unique wooden cottages. I'm gushing at this point, but he doesn't yet stop me. And to top it off, you can just smell all the sugar cookies and mulling spices in the air. I am not quite fond of cookies. See, I cannot date this guy. He sucks. Even Santa likes cookies, I tease. Do not remind me. It's a strange thing to say, but then again, hating Christmas this much when you're here is strange. I'm pretty sure he's an elf. He's definitely an elf. He's hiding it. He's an elf. I also can't help but find something about him a bit endearing. He looks around the aisles of booths. As a veteran of this festival, what do you recommend we start with? Let's try out some of the new booths, then the classics my family loves. Apparently that was the right choice? Okay. Well then, holiday expert, lead the way. For a second, his smile almost brushes his lips. Interesting. I'm very confused about all of this. Is he Santa in disguise or something, you know? I mean, his name is Nicholas, so... Nicholas the 14th. Saint Nick, you know, just saying. We both head down the lines of booths trying different gingerbread recipes, peppermint bark, hot chocolate, cider, and fudges. We both agree to not have any fruitcake. I've never even had fruitcake, so I don't even know if it's bad or good. But I've always heard it's bad, so, you know, guess I'm glad I never had it. The curiosity eats away at me and I finally have to ask, do you have some family issues with not liking the season? What? No, I love my family. I'm very lucky to have them in many ways. It's complicated. He changes the subject. This town, it's a lot during Christmastime. What makes you like it so much? The work brings folks together for us to enjoy a cheery month with our loved ones. Yeah, it's a bit much. No, it's not. No, it's not. If you think Christmas is too much, you're not doing it right. What do you care? People like it, so why? Yeah, exactly. Alright, let's do this one. That was the right choice. That's a really nice way to put it. Sometimes I forget that. This cheesy time with great cheese is best enjoyed with others. Indeed. A very slight smile twitches at the corner of his mouth. As we walk and continue to consume way more sugar than we should, I exclaim, not even Santa can eat this many cookies! He definitely can't eat more than that. Multiply what you're thinking by. He stops short. You want to say something, elf boy? You're an elf, aren't you? What? What? Cole clears his throat. It seems like buying a house to renovate by Christmas is quite the undertaking, especially during this time of year. Those get hard to manage. I wanted the house so bad ever since I saw it as a child. It was so much paperwork until I got approval for my renovation plans with the Historical Society. I knew I could fix it up and make it my own. Not that there weren't times I haven't wanted to give up. Also, having family and people around I care about for advice and support helped. He pauses for a moment. For big projects, what's your best advice? Follow your heart. Only you know what's best for yourself. Oh, okay, he didn't like that one. Well, frick. I don't know. You liked the cheesy stuff earlier, so... Oh, that's the go-to answer, I suppose. Cole considers his advice for a minute, and I give him a chance to speak. Things are tough with my family. Our business relies on the sales this time of year. That sounds like that adds a lot of pressure on your shoulders. Everything is so built up on many of the same old traditions. It's hard to break away into your own thing, and I'm so busy that I feel like I never have time to. He takes a breath and continues. It's nice that this town is a mix of old and new, and it brings people and families together, instead of making things, well, overly superficial, or just about presents. I smile with a wink. I'm glad at least one tradition here appeals to you. A slight smile twitches at the corner of his lips. Speaking of new things to try, there are these new jelly cookies that are supposed to be absolutely delicious. I pull his arm towards a booth at the end of the street, claiming a cookie for each of us. While indulging in a particularly large cranberry jam cookie, Cole points to some that did not make it into my mouth. After some attempts to direct me to where it is, he impatiently reaches over to my face and wipes it away, his fingers brushing my lips. We both realize what he's doing. Me feeling heat on my cheeks, and he turning an almost jolly red color. Cole turns away. Well, after that last cookie, I think I've had as much as my stomach can handle for one day. Might be best to call it. I'd like to see you again, if you have time. Maybe you can help me get to know this town and its traditions a little more. I think there are some other holiday traditions I can convince you to tolerate. I tease. I have no doubt of how persuasive you can be. He gives stiff, awkward nod to me, and heads off away from the festivities. As I watch him leave, it looks like some holly appears in his footprints. Well, that's not normal. I shake my head and close my eyes. I definitely had one too many sweets today. You still have some more time this week if you want to meet with anyone else. Really? No, okay, Douglas then. Alright, off to see Douglas. Fix my frame, buddy. As I push open the door to the hardware shop, not my hardware shop, the thick smell of pine and engine grease floods my senses. The air is almost glittering with a fresh sawdust, and the shelves are neatly stocked with tools. I hear hammering in the back, but there is nobody to be seen. There's a long countertop in the back of the small shop, well varnished and well used. It looks like it was handmade. There's also a bell and a scrawled note reading, "Be right with you." When I ring it, the hammering stops. There's a scuffle, and Douglas appears in the doorway. Oh, hey, fancy seeing you again. I was wondering if you could help me with this. I pulled the frame out of my bag and set it on the countertop. I unwrapped the linen that I kept it in to reveal it cracked at two corners and the glass shattered. Yes, this shouldn't be a problem. Come to the back. He gingerly scoops up the picture and gestures for me to follow around the corner, a warm smile on his features. As I walked past him into the workshop, I became aware of how tall he is. I'm pretty sure they're all tall compared to... You know what? It's fine. The workshop is stacked with beautiful toys and whimsical furniture. Actually, you know what? I don't think I've mentioned if Cole is tall. He's probably short because he's an elf. The workshop is stacked with beautiful toys and whimsical furnishings of all sorts and sizes and varying states of completion. Douglas takes a seat in a beat-up old office chair and rolls to the large workbench. As he leans on his elbows to inspect the broken frame, his flannel shirt stretches over his shoulders. It's like Santa's workshop in here. So, did you make all this stuff? Yeah, that one. Darn, that wasn't the right answer. Most of it, some I'm just fixing, like your picture frame here. Douglas carefully pulls the frame apart from the broken glass from the photo underneath. There's a photo of a mountain range and a wide open field dotted with snow. He hangs onto the photo for a moment. Where is this? Iceland. I took it years ago. I was on a trip over my spring break. Oh, really? What'd you think of it? Not really my thing. Spring break is supposed to be about beaches and margaritas. Isn't Iceland, like, very beautiful and... I'm pretty sure it's an island, so it should have beaches. I thought Greenland was the cold one. You know what? I don't care. You haven't lived until you've seen the Aurora Borealis in person. I didn't know that's where you get to see the Aurora Borealis. Heck yeah, I'd love to see that in person. So I've heard. There's something wistful in his eyes, like a memory was carrying him far away. It made me want to reach out and touch his shoulder and bring him back to the present. He hands you the picture with a small, soft smile. He hands you. Has it always been in the third person? I thought we were in the first person. Whatever. You better hold on to this till we can take it. You better hold on to this until we can keep it safely back in the frame. Thanks. It'll only be a second. Feel free to take a seat. You look around and find a rough-hewn stool to wait on while Douglas prints the broken edges with wood glue. He clamps it, delicately wipes off the excess glue, and stands up to fetch a square of glass. Expertly, he measures the size, marked it, scored it, and cut it down to size. Each movement so practiced it looks almost like a dance. Well, it looks like it. He beckons you over and you stand behind him to take a look. You can smell the cedar on him as you lean forward. God, I love the smell of cedar. It looks good as new. I don't know about that, but you can certainly hang it back on your wall. Here's the picture. Douglas assembles it in the frame along with the new glass. He nods at the handiwork before handing it back to you. Do you still like to visit the outdoors? Proper big sky country? Yeah. Adventure calls to me. I know what you mean, getting out of the regular old town and seeing something grand. Takes your breath away. You nod, feeling like sparkle in his eye is grand enough to take your breath away. Anyway, I don't want to take up any more of your time. No, take as much time as you want. It came out flirtier than you may have intended. But although Douglas looked surprised, the comment didn't seem to be unwelcome. But still, I should, of course, I hope the holidays treat you well. Maybe we'll run into each other again. As you head out, you take a deep breath, the air cool and crisp after the homey shop. You check your watch. You still have some more time if you want to meet with anyone else. Well, since, the demon hasn't come out of the woodworks, I guess I'm done. About time I turn in today.
2 weeks until Christmas.
This is scary, man. This is scary. A few more touches and ta-da! The house is 100% more winter weatherproof than it was before. Moving back here, I was so sure I knew this town, but now that I can really slow down and spend some time with the people here, I'm getting to see new places and find new friends. Or maybe more than just friends. I thought I knew this house too, but there's little details I didn't see before, like the carved crown molding or the intricate patterns on each doorknob and keyhole etched into the brass. There's even a set of stained glass windows by the fireplace that I had never once noticed from the outside. Now I know they're here, I get to really making them shine. I'm about to open the can of wood stain when the phone rings. Hello! Eli, don't you have a whole Christmas Eve gift exchange to set up for? Says you trying to remodel a whole house before Christmas. That's a lot to do. Is that the big city, TM, trademark, work ethic I'm seeing? Alright, well, you know what? I have no idea how to save. Can I just escape? Oh. Okay, good. Well, that's gonna be it for this time, guys. Because I'm tired. It's late. Hopefully we can finish this before Christmas, but I don't know if it's possible. Ooh. Let me know what guy you'd like me to date, you know, if you have time. If I have time. If there is time to even, like, have you guys pick one. No, I think I'm gonna go with Cole. But we'll see. Because I really want to see if he's like an elf. I want to know what he is, man. I want to know what he is. These two are boring now. Anyway. That's going to be it for this time, guys. Hope y'all enjoyed. Merry Christmas. See you in the next episode. Bye.